Alright everybody, I wanted to give you a quick kind of update on Hudl, or introduction to Hudl for those of you that haven't used it before. So first of all, Hudl is a platform, a video sharing platform that we are doing our best we can to record as many games as possible and then store them on Hudl.com. It's a place that you can go in and view video, view highlights, view a lot of good stuff. It's actually chargeable. It costs money, and the board has agreed to go ahead and pay for it for the 2017 season. So let's dive in and show you how you as parents and how the athletes can participate with it. So we click login. First of all, you go to hudl.com, HUDL.com, and so I'm going to log in with the parent. This is the kind of parent generic login. Jeremy at SandersUNLTD.com. The password there is go Woodcreek, the number 1. Okay, so from here we're going to get to the landing page. So I've set up this person, this Woodcreek water polo parent, as kind of a fictitious player, if you will, so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like from the player angle, but you have some limitations, and then as I mentioned, you can log in. Hopefully if you can talk to your son, or son or daughter, get their login information, we can talk about that in a little bit. So at this login screen, I'm going to be able to show you some things. First of all, just a kind of landing page, if you will, different things that are going on. If we wanted to click on video, we can go on there, see what video's been coming up recently. Let's say I said I only wanted to look at games. I can click it on games. I can click on one of these games if you wanted to get up to date and see what happened during a game. You can click play, click on it, and so show you a couple different things with this media player. First of all, it's going to be automatic from the type of quality, but it does go all the way up to 720. So why don't we go ahead and do that for right now, see how that works. If you also want to watch this at a faster speed, sometimes if you want to click this up to say 1.5 or 2, you can do that, and you can go through and just watch the game. And nice thing in this particular situation too is that you can just advance it 5 seconds at a time, as you can see here. Okay, now I can tell you in this situation Woodcreek is white. So a couple other things real quick to mention to you, to let you know about. This game has been tagged. Tagged with different things. You can see down here there's a steal, number 4, Curtis does a steal. So we can actually also look ahead and say, alright, well, can I see all the different tags that have gone on during this game? So I can click on this and say, alright, well, I'd like to see whatever tags for Skylar. Well, there's been one tag for him during this one game. You can immediately click on this, and you can see there it is. That was Skylar making that goal. Now if you also wanted to just advance on and just go to the next, if I click on this here, if I go to auto skip, it'll automatically, at least it should, let me hit play. Let's see here, normal. Oh, usually it takes, maybe there's no one after this. So let's go to Drew. There's two tags for Drew. Hit play. Okay. Oh, so that was an offensive. So, and then if I click ahead, then it's going to click automatically into his next piece. So that's what it was, is that we were too far ahead. Okay. So that's how you can see different things if the game has been tagged. I'll do it sometimes, or I'm going to try to do it on every game, but it's not always possible. Let me think here. What else can I show you on the parent type of view? So we can go to exit here. And one nice thing is that there's a highlights tab. Now highlights can be created by myself or other people that are reviewing video, or it can actually be created by each individual team member. So if let's say, and they can also, again, this is in the highlights page. Let's say we go to team here, and we have hopefully everybody's registered. I think everybody. There's only a couple guys that haven't registered at this point yet. And let's go ahead and look at Curtis as an example. Click on Curtis. And you can see that he's done some things to update, and he's got his timeline. You can actually look at his videos, here, and you can see different videos, that he has. An example would be that here's Northgate. These are some highlights that were created for Northgate High School's game. So if I click on this, there it is. Click on play. And that was a block by Curtis on that one there. Pretty cool. There it is. I'm not sure why it was in there twice. So again, you can. So another neat thing about it is that let's say this is your son that you wanted to go in and do something. You can actually take. Here's quite a bit happened with the Ponderosa. Oh, that was from a year ago. That's fine. There's quite a bit of play in that. See, we got Pioneer High School here. Play. So you can see Curtis finished it off there. Pretty cool. So if we said to, and you said, God, I really like those. I want to share those with family members or anything or friends. You can do tweet. If you do that, it's Facebook. Heck, you can email it out. I'll show you that again since it. Here it is, and I can say, there it is, and I can share a link through the Facebook and say, hey, where do I want to share this? Do I want to share it in a group to certain people? Anything, you can make a comment on it. Hey, my son's doing awesome. Take a look. Okay. So that's some of the ways that you can interact with this from the Woodcreek Parents site. What I want to also show you how you can do is if you get your son's login information, what you can do there. So we log out, and I'm going to go ahead and log into Colton's account. Sorry about my slow typing. Okay. Hopefully I typed everything in right. Okay, so this is Colton's now landing page. It looks similar to the other one. It's just that it's for him specifically. So again, you can see see video. He can look at highlights. The one thing nice here is that he can create highlights for himself as well. So let's go back to video and say he wants to take a look at the Bishop O'Dowd game. Now, again, this tag, there are a bunch that have already been created. Oh, actually 3 tags. So you can see that, again, Colton has 3 tags on this particular game. We're going to go back. Here's Colton right there. And he did the... And then we can immediately advance forward to the next one. Okay. So again, you can review film here, see what's going on, just like you did on the other. But the key that I wanted to show you as well is how to create a highlight. Let's just pretend for a second that he did something. I'm trying to find something that we could do. Well, actually, these are not highlights right now. These are just Let's see here. Okay, so let's say we wanted to do that. We wanted to create a highlight of this. Right now it's just a tagged video. And so there was Colton right there getting ready for it. So we go up to your clips, and I say, down in the right hand corner here, you say create a clip. You click on this, and it has this blue bar down here. So you can see that where it's started off, it's going to so we can actually tweak this back a little bit, trim it down. Doesn't need to start so early. There it is, and the end of Drew. And if we wanted to extend it out a little bit, we could. There it is. So now we have our completed clip. Pretty cool. So now we take this and we go up here and we hit save clip. Now we can actually do different things with that clip. We can either share it with individual people. If he wants to share it with his buddies on the team, he can send it to them. That maybe he sees something that he wants to share, just some opinions. Add clips. So it can add a clip to a playlist. He wants to create a playlist for himself, he can do that. Or if he just wants to go up here and say send it to his own individual highlight. So I hit send to highlight, and it actually says highlight created for Colton Sanders down there. Okay. So now I'm going to show you what you can actually use with those highlights. Again, if nothing else, you can just always watch the games on here. But again, there's some really other cool things that you can do. So if you go to highlights, and I want to go ahead and go to click on newest, you can say here's a group of highlights right there. And again, what happens is it groups them all together based on the game. So this particular game has a minute of highlights for himself. There we go. Now, I'm not sure now why Colton's actually on that one, or maybe that's a team one. I'm not totally sure. But he wasn't actually involved in that particular play. So let's go back for a second so you can see different things. So here's, again, and I'm going to click on go to the team. I go to the individual player. That's what it was. We were looking at all the videos there for all the highlights. Now we're going to look at the individual player. So it's his specific highlights. And I think so I'll give you an example of something real quick. There it is. Oops. That's how to make a video. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. Let's take a look here. And again, this is that one that I was mentioning. Just any kind of video that you do. And if you want to share it via Facebook, email it out, text it, you can get the link. Okay. The next thing I want to show you how to do, which is pretty neat, is how you can actually take a bunch of highlights together and create a highlight reel. And it's pretty fun. It can create. You can set it with music, import pictures into it. And that you can, do some kind of fun stuff, and it's really not that difficult. Especially as you start to create a library, if you will, of different plays that they've done. So over here, and again, so his individual page, you got to create highlight. So now we're going to go ahead and say, let's go ahead and name this. Again, Colton's highlight number 2, because I had already done one earlier when I was having a hard time with the audio. Hopefully the audio is working better this time. I hit done. Now I'm going to go ahead and say what things I want to add. I'm going to say, okay, I want to add some videos. And actually, Hudl can work across different teams in that. But let's say we're going to go ahead and do boys team. What season for this season? And let's just go ahead and click on different, again, this is a library, if you will, of the clips or of the highlights that he's associated with. Click all, and you can individualize each one, or take a look which one do you want to include. So now we're going to go ahead and go back, and we can actually see this video real quick. You can actually edit the down here as well. So take a look at this little pencil, and you can say, here, do I want to go ahead and... So that's Colton number 2, passing it into Kyle number 10. So probably could trim that down a little bit. We wanted it trimmed a little bit for the purpose of a highlight reel, which is to kind of maybe I'll get that down a little bit there. Come on. I'm supposed to have like the fastest internet around. Okay, pass it into Kyle for a finish. Good, and I can probably trim that down a little bit there. I'm going to go ahead and hit done. So that particular image is done. So let's click on, or that picture is done. So that was a shot attempt by Colton. Let's do that again. It's actually probably pretty good length already. It's only 3 seconds. So let's click on this one here. It's 8 seconds long. Let's see if we can do anything here. This. So that's Colton over there, passing it in to Drew. Alright, so let's cut that down just a skosh. Just a skosh. So you can see the action didn't even start really, or didn't even get the ball until this, here. So let's do that. Ball goes into him, back into Drew, Drew for the finish. And we could probably finish it off a little bit like that. It's good. If I wanted to have a little bit of fun with it as well and mark them, because there's so many players. Okay, watch, take a look. Click on that down here and say, alright, I don't know what. Let's put this little marker here. And we say we want to show, highlight that particular player. And hit done. So now if you click on this link, you get the idea. Alright, so I'm not going to... So now let's do something else here. I'm not sure what's going on at the end because it doesn't show any picture here. This might even be the same clip by mistake. Yeah, that's the same clip. So we can just delete that one. Remove that clip. Let's see what this one says or shows. And that's him finishing off on his own, which is great. Alright, so I want to edit this one. Again, we don't need that beginning part. You can hear me saying, got open water, Colton. Trimming it down, so just a little bit. There it is. Guy on his back, still finishes up. That's good. We're going to go ahead and you can hear me say there it is quite a bit. Now let's, one last thing I can think of with this one. Just an idea. So let's say at that point he winds up, about to take that shot. We say, hey, I want to go ahead and put the, for fun, put the fire around him. Hit done. Okay, so what I also want to show you just real quick, some other things that you can do. Not sure what happened to the fire there, but oh well. You can actually embed some images into this as well. It's kind of neat. So you go to Photos. Let's say you go to let me grab it. Let me see here. I don't think it allows me to drag one in, so I guess I got to choose. Let me think here. If I can find them. Pictures. Okay, found one. So we got an image in here that we want to add. And I say add this photo to my reel. So now this is this fixed image, and I can actually drag it around and input it in the middle of any of those videos that are there. Okay, and you can add additional pictures, that kind of thing. You get the idea. You can add some slides. Now let's have some fun and add some music to it as well. So they've got a bunch of different music that's available here. You can actually sample it real quick. Let's see what this one sounds like. Maybe not. Alright, for fun, let's do that. Okay, so I select that. Okay. So now I've created an image. Or added the video. I've added a picture and add some music. I'm going to hit publish. And I'm going to go ahead and say play your highlight. Now, this usually takes a couple minutes while it does this. But unfortunately, I don't know how to pause this thing in the meantime. So let's see if there's anything else I can show you on this. So I mentioned we're getting to video. Oh, that's right. It's for highlights. Then that you can also view the rest of the team. Now you have to log in if you're going to create a highlight like that. You have to do it through that individual player. So if I go to the example, I'll show you. If I go to the team, and let's say I click on Drew. Again, I'm logged under Colton. You'll see that I go to videos. I don't have the ability to create a highlight. I can share his on individual videos, but I'm not allowed to create a highlight reel. So that's why, and let's look at this, go back. And let's see if we go back to the team, go back to Colton. Cross our fingers, hopefully that video is ready to show you. And here it is, Colton's highlight reel number 2. So are you pumped up? You ready to watch? Let's see what we got. Oops. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I don't think it's actually ready yet. Alright, I think it's ready now. Here we go. Let's turn this up a little bit. There you go. Alright, I'm going to do it again. So you can see the picture embedded in there. So I think if nothing else, you can see, hopefully you've been able to indulge me at this point, that it's pretty cool. You can do some pretty neat stuff fairly quickly, and then you can actually take that and share that around, or send it to a recruiting coach if you wanted to go through and do something like that. I'm going to delete that before the kids all make fun of them about that one. I think that is it. I think I don't know if I mentioned that most of the videos that I've shot, I do have the raw footage in a lot higher quality. If you want anything, then let me know, and